My best friend lacked empathy. And I ignored the signs. Hi everyone. Looking back, the signs were always there. I just didn't want to see them. I met Tyler in college in Seattle. He was confident, sharp, and the kind of guy who could walk into a room and instantly own it. People gravitated toward him. So did I. We became inseparable. Late night talks, business ideas, road trips. He pushed me to think bigger, to stop playing safe. At first, I admired how unemotional he seemed. Nothing rattled him. Breakups, arguments, failures. He stayed calm. I thought that meant he was strong. The first red flag came when one of our mutual friends went through a tough breakup. She was devastated. Tyler shrugged and said, "She'll get over it. People are replaceable." I laughed awkwardly. He wasn't joking. Over time, I noticed a pattern. Tyler loved winning, not improving winning. If someone else succeeded, he'd find a way to downplay it. If someone failed, he'd analyze it like a case study. When I started my own small tech startup, he offered to help. I was grateful. He introduced me to investors, helped refine pitches, and gave bold advice. But he also started making decisions without me. "Trust me," he'd say. "You're too emotional about this." One day, I found out he'd pitched our idea to a separate group, as if it were primarily his project. When I confronted him, he didn't deny it. "It's just strategy," he said calmly. "You hesitate. I act." I felt uneasy, but I convinced myself it was ambition, not betrayal. Then, something happened that changed everything. One of our closest friends lost his father unexpectedly. We gathered at his house to support him. Tyler showed up late, stayed 20 minutes, and left to attend a networking event. Later, I asked him how he could walk away like that. He looked at me, confused. What was I supposed to do? Cry? It doesn't change anything. That was the moment it clicked. It wasn't strength. It was absence. Absence of empathy. Absence of connection. The final straw came months later when I discovered he had quietly secured funding for a side company using contacts we built together. He never mentioned it. When I confronted him, he said, "If you were faster, you'd have done it first." No anger, no guilt, just logic. I ended the friendship that week. No dramatic fight, just distance. Here's what I learned. Some people aren't cruel in obvious ways. They're calculated, charming, strategic. And if you ignore the small signs because the friendship benefits you, you might wake up realizing you were part of someone else's strategy. Confidence without empathy isn't strength. It's risk. If you've ever stayed loyal to someone who treated relationships like transactions, tell me in the comments what finally made you walk away. And if you want more real-life stories about friendships, ambition, and hard lessons, subscribe and come back tomorrow.